The United States is understood to be drawing up terms for trade talks with the United Kingdom, including a cut to the UK's 10% automotive tariff. Reeves has been warned not to blame Donald Trump's global trade war for Britain's economic woes after the International Monetary Fund said domestic policy was the main factor behind the UK's sluggish growth. Meanwhile, the United States is understood to be drawing up terms for trade talks with the United Kingdom, including demands for a cut to the UK's 10% automotive tariff and looser rules on US agricultural imports such as beef. The IMF cut its forecast for UK GDP growth next year from 2% to 1.5%, citing a string of homegrown pressures including the Chancellor's £40 billion tax increases and higher interest rates. Pierre-Olivier Gouringers, the IMF's chief economist, said, "The tariffs are playing a role as they are in most countries, and it's weighing down on growth in the UK. But there are some UK-specific factors, and I would say in terms of the downgrade for 2025, domestic factors are probably the biggest ones." The warning came as the Chancellor travelled to Washington for talks with US officials, including Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, amid growing concern about the global economic outlook. Mr. Gouringers said, "Weaker growth in the second half of last year is still weighing on the economy. It's also the case that long-term interest rates are still elevated, and that has a drag on economic activity." The UK's 2025 growth downgrade was the sharpest of any major economy, and the fund now expects British inflation to average 3.1% this year, higher than any other G7 country and above the US at 3%.
Explicar lo que siento cuando tú no estás conmigo, cómo gritarle a los vientos que me perteneces, que te necesito, cómo explicar la alegría cuando tú estás a mi lado. Yo sé que no hay en el mundo un amor más grande como el que me has dado. Te amo, amor, te amo, por siempre 1000 veces te amo. Y aunque no creo merecerte, doy gracias al cielo de haberte encontrado. Te amo, amor, te amo, por siempre 1000 veces te amo. Que Dios bendiga tus ojos, tu cara bonita, tu amor, tus encantos.